I made virtual worlds before it was cool.
I made Steelport in Minecraft.
In case I haven't said it yet, Matt, you're doing a fine job.
Thank you, Kinsey. That's very big of you.
You know, I originally thought your running home to England in exchange for amnesty and a job with MI6 was cowardice, but you helped quite a bit with the Cyrus Temple mission.
Yes, I did. And you did a fine job of keeping everything together after the Earth blew up, until I could be retrieved to take over.
Oh, Matt, you were so close.
Starting to see why you didn't want to start with him. Anyway, welcome back to Saints Row 4. Last time we saved Matt Miller, ends now. We could do more Matt Miller stuff, but instead, we're going to be opening up shortcuts today. So, something tells me that they probably intended you to spread these out a little more. They become available after you save Matt Miller from the simulation, but before you save him in real life.
Every store you hack feeds me security data. I can use that data to insert a virus, which will open up a doorway back to the ship. So go hack while I work on the virus.
Got it.
But we have a bunch of different missions that are almost exactly the same in format. Well, I wouldn't even say almost. It is exactly the same in format, so I'm gonna guess they probably intended you to just, open up shortcuts as you needed them, but, you could give things a break, between sessions, maybe play some other missions. But to that I say, absolutely not.
Alright, let's try a friendly fire. Seems these are linked to a lot of weak areas in the simulation.
So yeah, pretty much all of these are do a bunch of store hackings, and then do a virus mission, so this episode will not be devoid of violence. We will be fighting things sometimes, but for the most part, yeah, it's gonna be store hacking. This is where most of these come into play, and this is the dialogue I keep talking about missing. Like I've been saying, it's not particularly important, but, this is an LP, so I kinda wanna keep as much of this as possible, to show things off. But yeah, I did do a few ahead of time, some of which I don't blame myself for. Others maybe have been a little unnecessary, like, I didn't need any mechanics if I'm being honest. But yeah, weapon stores are good, clothing stores, yeah, I definitely need those. All that stuff, very important. Plastic surgeon, of course, because, there's no separate barber, so obviously I've got to just go for the full thing. Stuff like that. Anyway, this friendly fire is near a hot spot, so if you could just stop being on alert, that'd be great. Alright, let's hope I don't get attacked too much while I'm doing this, because, you do get kind of, an effect if you get shot or otherwise attacked while doing this, and yeah, that was it. You're gonna see that a bunch. Look, I can't help it. I actually can't leave store hacking until I'm done. So pardon me. I know you didn't want me doing the thing, but how dare you stop me doing the thing? Quite rude. Alright, but I do seriously need to clear this alert very badly.
Looks like this Rim Jobs is a part of the system in this area. Hack it open for me.
Alright, so, we're gonna start with stuff for today. Well, we are running low on radio stations. I've gotten, I think, most, if not all of them by now. But the station today, which I think I would have saved for last, is Mad Decent. So, remember how last time there was a station based on Adult Swim? So, we've got kind of a similar case in this game. It's not exactly the same, but it's kind of a real-life thing that's gotten stuffed into Saints Row 4. I'm gonna guess some kind of brand deal or whatever. But that was Adult Swim, which is, a television network, so in of itself it was more using songs that were used on shows on the network. Mad Decent is an actual label, and honestly it's kind of a miscellaneous category for this game. It's got kind of a lot of electronic stuff. It's similar to K-12, but not quite. It's also a bit of pop as well. Song-wise, they're alright. There's a few on here I like. there's like one artist I know on here from something else. I have heard other Liz songs, or maybe Liz song singular? I know When I Rule the World.
Well, if you want a tattoo, then this should help. Bypass the security at Rusty's Needles.
And I feel like I have to know others. I'm not the most musically knowing person. That was a hell of a sentence. That made sense. Yeah, I don't really know my music super well, but I feel like Liz is at least a relatively well-known name. At least in certain circles, but yeah, most of these artists I'm not super familiar with. Okay.
That was my girl Liz and Riff Raff, aka me, aka
Oh, okay.
Jody High Roller, aka the Freestyle Scientist, with the new song Underdog. Now I want you to throw your motherfucking hands up for this shit right here. On the road with Brazilian boys.
Yeah, so, the game already gave away, the thing about this station, by which I mean I gave it away, because it was my decision to include that specifically, but anyway, yeah, the DJ of the station is Riff Raff, who is another actual person, actual DJ, and, he has done songs. Looking over the list... Oh yeah, no, he has a song on here, Rookie of the Year, but he also appears in some of the other songs, like Underdogs by Liz.
Let's Pretend is on the same grid. Hack it, and I won't judge you if you want to do a little shopping while you're there.
Well, that's very nice of you, Kinsey. But yeah, I wouldn't say he's my favorite DJ. Obviously, like... between him and Kish, like... he actually kind of knows the scene, unlike some other DJs in the series who are, you know, voice actors who are relatively familiar with radio DJs, I'm sure, but, like, I don't know if they have actual experience doing that. Again, some of them do, but I don't know if it's all of them. Some of them are just... some of them might just be working with what they know from a certain degree from it. But yeah, not really my favorite DJ, but he does fine. It's one of those, it's just not really the kind of energy I look for, but then again, I'm not usually a DJ person anyway. Look, I just have a weird eclectic mix of songs because I don't, like, really playlist anything. I just have them all in a, you know, the big heap that is my device's music. And I just sort of listen to things in an order.
Well, this should piss off Zinyak. Planet Zin is tied into the system here, so go hack away.
So, you know, that's my experience, but... yeah, again, I guess the thing to say is, he's not, like, bad or anything, but yeah, that's not really my style, so... I kind of prefer... Kish, who just, you know, is also kind of enthusiastic, but just in a way that I find slightly more endearing, or a bit more jokey, like, you know, the DJ for the mix in Saints Row 2 was really good. Having worked at a grocery store, you know, I've listened to radio stations that is just a lot of older songs, and yeah, honestly, I don't remember the voice actor for that one off the top of my head, but he did a very good job of sounding like an actual DJ. Again, don't know if he did actually DJ, but if he didn't, he is certainly familiar with the style of it. So yeah, the only real difficulty here is just figuring out that you need to go over and not under. And also that you kinda need to do a little trick like this. Yeah, sometimes you don't get enough just straightforward pieces and you kinda have to make a little bit of a road. I mean, it's Pipe Dream, you're probably familiar with Pipe Dream somewhat, right? This is just gonna be an episode of mostly Pipe Dream.
Boys, Boys.
Yeah, that was the
I've
song.
isolated the best place to insert a
That was
virus
on
into
the
this
road
area of the
on
simulation to
Mad
weaken it
Instinct
enough for a new
Radio.
doorway. I'm
need
sure there
y'all
will
to go
be
ahead and
lots of
go get
defenses
your
thrown at you, so defend the area while everything gets
Top of
updated.
the lids open. Cause up next we got the hottest motherfucking dance jam. You could just be dancing in your living room. You might be doing some
Trying out electricity, I guess.
Okay, we're gonna jam this new track, Beer.
The nature of me recording this game means I'm a little iffy on what abilities I've used so far, but I think we got electricity last time and we didn't use it. Or the time before. We got electricity at some point, but I don't know if we've used this power. And if we have, apologies, but I think this is a pretty cool one. It's kind of just a spread damage kind of ability. I don't think that was supposed to happen. Well, I guess we'll come back for that one later then. And we'll be a little more careful with it too. Well, okay then. Alright, so let's see. What horror shows await us at the virus then? As soon as I'm done with this. Oh, gotta break that one. Here we go. Okay, so what do we got? 3 waves. Okay, this is, I'm guessing, just gonna be cops. So yeah, lightning arcs from person to person. I've also got the knife gun, which I apparently just left electricity pretty quickly. Knife gun doesn't really have a lot of ammo at this point, but I gotta say it's a fun weapon. Relatively quick and honestly just kind of satisfying. It's just a lot of little thunks, you know? If you like a weapon that's just a bunch of tiny thunks, you're gonna like this one. It's not quite minigun speed, of course, but, you know, it's kind of a similar deal. So yeah, lightning is a little underpowered. You could probably do a lot more damage with other things, but it's kind of just a fun effect to play around with. Though also, not my favorite telekinetic ability either. I think my actual favorite will be relatively obvious, because it's kind of my favorite in pretty much any given category. It's the thing that I'm surprised they give to you so early, considering how powerful it is. I'm sure you can already guess what that is based on the description, but, you know. In case you've forgotten, I'll wait to tell you. Also, god, there are so many good melee animations in this game. Like, I did like the flashy ones in 3, even though they could sometimes get you in trouble. But, man, the ones in this game are just kind of brutal. But they look very cool. Alright, am I gonna do more? It's also a good thing that they look cool because, you're kinda gonna do those a lot. Even if you're wielding a melee weapon, as long as you're running towards somebody and you melee them, you just do shit like this. God, that rules so hard. That rules so hard too. It's again, like in Saints Row the Third, it is a little risky. Definitely puts you in a position of standing there while you get shot. So it's a bit of a risk, but sometimes you just gotta get the flashy one, you know? God, there's so many good animations. Also really digging the melee combat animations with this particular dress. Magical girl here to kill. Okay, also I'm just gonna say it, it's Explosion. Explosion is the broken one I'm talking about. I don't know why they give this to you so early. I mean, I guess you could miss it, but you're probably not going to. Keith David gives you so many cool things to work with. It's kind of ridiculous that you just get them early.
Looks like it all worked. Stop by the ship and we'll see about that doorway.
Cause yeah, between this and Unlimited Sprint, you just have so much to work with. Though... no, that's just a... yeah, sometimes just Kinsey will just say things when you're exploring. So that's dialogue that can come up anytime, so I won't really stress too much about it. But yeah, unlimited sprint, I can definitely see why they gave you that early. We haven't gotten a lot of stamina upgrades so far, but frankly, I think the game is just better with unlimited sprints, and I don't think anybody's going to disagree. Obviously, there are certain things that are maybe a little more challenging if you can't just run forever, but I think a need for stamina doesn't really add much challenge to a lot of things, nearly as much as it just adds tedium. You remember those first few episodes where every once in a while it would just stop, right?
Good news, I was able to open the door in the southwest of the city. Turns out this method is really useful. Think you can keep going with it?
If it works, sure thing.
I mean, you see the playtime on this one, Kinsey. You better believe we're in this for the long haul. But yeah, early game definitely doesn't feel quite as good because you're just stopping every few seconds, and I guess maybe the intent is that it's kind of weaning you off the car, but like, maybe you'll still use the car a little so you don't run into that. And then by the time you get to Keith David, you're just like, okay, no, I'm gonna run everywhere forever, because that's just a better idea. I don't know. Also, yeah, I've already done 3 of these. I don't regret it enough to restart from an earlier save, but I probably should have held off on a few hackings. Only a few, though. I definitely needed one, needlework, tattoo parlor, rather. Definitely needed one of those, and I need some clothing stores.
Guess the Zin need work done on their vehicles as well. Here's the rim jobs tied into the sector.
Yeah, needleworks is something completely different. Alright, but anyway, so let's see, I got a few different things I want to mention. I have already mentioned the station. It's mad decent. Eventually when I get to the mixtape portion, you'll hear some songs, but...
How did I go from award-winning actor to Vice President of the United States? Hell if I know. But when the head of the Saints calls you up and makes you an offer, well, it's something you consider. I liked the idea of being a statesman, having my name in the history books. It's a hell of a dream. Plus, I look good in the suit. I'd look even better on money.
I mean, you could always replace Jackson, that dude sucked anyway. And he hated the bank, so why the fuck is he on money? Anyway, yeah. In terms of radio stations, I probably won't be using Mad Decent too much, but I do like a few of the songs, so they'll show up. Also, is this one where I just kind of have to ladder my way up? Oh wait, no, this isn't a complete ladder. No, there's definitely a trick to this one. Okay, never mind. Spoke too soon. I do usually prefer to start from the end, though. I just find that a little easier to do, personally. That might just be me, but... I think it's a little easier to... kind of take in the end of a puzzle, because you'll have situations like that where there's really only one piece that could be in that spot, so that kind of makes things easier. Like, yeah, you have to have the L one there. That's the only thing that makes sense, so working backwards from that, I think, is the easiest thing to do there.
Lots of friendly fires in the city means one's tied to this area too. Go shut the security there down.
Alright, so... Oh, hey! You know what I did notice, though? I guess I'll get back to the radio station stuff later, but... Okay, yeah. Maybe you noticed this before I did, because I wasn't necessarily paying attention for it. It kind of caught me off guard, but... We're finally seeing the other world state, and now I'm kind of wondering... Did we run into this earlier and I just wasn't noticing it? Again, given the way I've been recording this game, I'm used to areas like this being around at this point, but... This might be one of the earlier times we're seeing it, but yeah, the world state of a Saint-controlled neighborhood is a little brighter. In general, this game is definitely darker than Saints Row the Third overall. It's just gonna be a lot more shade, most of these areas are dim, but when you control an area, you actually get this really pleasant blue to it instead.
There we are. Found where to put the virus. Head there and protect the upgrade.
And honestly, I think that's a really good way to differentiate your territory versus their territory. Like, once you cross into Zin territory, it's angry and red again. Oh, and we got another audio log.
I'd say it's a tough world for someone to live in, but I'd be lying. Well, if they were the god of the cyber world like I was, that is. Put me in front of the latest technology and there wasn't anything I couldn't do. Even the FBI couldn't stop me. Believe me, they tried. Kinsey Kensington came close, but a few additions to her file and some photos, and even she couldn't come close to crashing my fun. Probably why I was recruited into the syndicate in the first place.
Yeah, you're kind of forgetting the part that happened afterwards, where she did kind of crash your
Can't even tell
fun.
you how many motherfuckers on this damn song.
Especially with the boss at her side. Anyway, though, yeah, so we've got the virus here. What do we got? What are we dealing
My
with?
son, that was my cousin, I think, twice removed from your side. I came
Oops,
back
I got lifesteal
around
on this
in
one.
Cadillac, jamming this shit right here.
Okay, so we did pass by explosion, so I could theoretically do the telekinetic explosion, and I think I do it in this episode, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, though, yeah, I really like how the Saint-controlled neighborhood looks. So yeah, there are, of course, only 2 states, so it's not like you have daytime and nighttime and kind of in-betweens like you did in earlier games. But I feel like the 2 that we get are pretty stark. I think that they are very visually appealing in the 2 opposite directions. The Zin one keeps you on edge, you know, it's very ominous. It's a very good red that makes everything just way darker, and... Oh, there we go, now I'm switching to explosion. This is Killer Queen's 4th bomb. Perish. Killer Queen, light 'em up. I can't think of any Queen songs that might fit explosions off the top of my head. I'll get it later. I'll fix it in post.
Saints rule even here.
But yeah, Zen's very good, but definitely my preference is Saint-controlled neighborhood. This just looks like a really pleasant evening, you know? Like you're just in this constant state of... The sun isn't quite completely far down yet, but it's mostly dark.
Upload complete. Come back to the ship and we'll talk.
It's kind of autumnal, you know? It gets dark earlier than I'd like it to, but the night times are actually kind of beautiful. You just kind of get really nice portions of the day like that, just... It's technically dark, but it's kind of nice out. Shaded, but things are still visible. It's just all nice, pleasant, and blue. It's a good look.
There's another door open in the northwest. It's amazing how easy it is to tap into their programming this way, so keep going with it.
Will do.
I wonder if they ever considered purple. And it just didn't work. Because I'd imagine that, like, you know, the Saints' color is purple, so maybe somebody would have been like, hey, what if we kind of had a purple tint to an area when it was Saint-controlled, but I could see how that might not work if that was a thing. Or maybe that's just my assumption, and they just went with red and blue right from the word go. I don't know. I don't think purple would, look quite as good, though. Explosive deaths. Yeah, so this actually enhances various things. Fire actually becomes sort of a new version of explosion. Kind of a worse version of explosion. So yeah, we're getting explosive effects after we're getting actual explosion, and explosion itself is the most quick and to the point. Again, as long as you're not fighting anything too tough like wardens or murder bots, it's pretty much your go-to. But now fire kinda works like it.
We can't hide from the Zin forever. We're gonna have to make a last stand eventually.
Very dramatic. But yeah, fire will now spread to other people around whoever you shoot first, so it is like explosion, except they don't explode. But of course, like fire in general, if you are fighting something more dangerous than just normal as Zen.
Yep, just as I thought. Another friendly fire for you to hack.
Yeah, if you're fighting anything worse than that, explosive fire is actually really useful. Cause, like, they can resist exploding, but they can't resist being on fire, so you can hit them with that damage over time, and then spread it to other enemies as well. Also, that one was suspiciously easy, what the hell? And we're halfway through the stores we can hack, so I guess they just gave us a breather for some reason. I don't know why. I'll accept it, but I don't know why.
Okay, this target is image as designed. Maybe get a little work done while you're there. Not saying you need it, of course.
I feel like you implied it a little bit there. Of course, considering that is where we go for hair, technically, Melissa always needs work done. I mean, I guess the rate at which I change your hair does imply a need for some kind of plastic surgery magic, but the barber was also magic. There was no, like, hair growth mechanic in place. You didn't have to wait for that. You could change it however you wanted. It's just the barbers disappeared because it just makes everything easier to roll everything up into one specific spot for ease of access. Oh, god damn it, really? I'll deal with you in a minute, just let me do this first. I said let me do this first. Oh, and also, you probably noticed, but getting hit while hacking does actually decrease your time. And who was it? Oh, okay, that guy. Fuck you. Yeah, getting hit while hacking does reduce time, so, if you get stuck hacking and you don't want to be, get hit a lot, I guess. Because you can't just quit.
Got the virus ready for this sector. Keep the area clear and I'll get it fully uploaded and get that new door open for you.
Yeah, this one also ended up being kinda short. But, yeah, this is where... I think that was another Keith David upgrade, was just... Hey, here's more time to do hacking. God damn. Really, if you do Keith David's missions first and foremost, you're just set for life? Is that supposed to be happening? I feel like that's supposed to be happening since it's a virus thing. Oh god. All of you go away. Okay, so this one's kinda just a mixture of everything. We've got weird cars, we've got big head modes. Somebody put in all of the cheats at once, and I don't appreciate it. Never was one for big head mode. Though I do not fault its existence, I have no qualms with it, it's just, you know. I don't really think it's so funny that it's a mode I ever really looked for when it was a thing in games, but, you know. It was silly. And it is also probably just one of the, easier things to just slam in there for, like, secret cheat codes back when that was a thing, you know? Like, oh yeah, just increase the size of characters' heads. And that can just be your reward for doing well in the game, just a silly thing that you can do.
Okay, that virus is in. See you back on the ship.
The vehicle super kicked. As if I did that on purpose. Alright, where's Kinsey now? Let's see. Okay, downstairs again. Honestly, it would have been more convenient if she were upstairs, but whatever. It's fine, I can walk a little.
That makes one door open in downtown. I think I can find another weak spot in there, so keep hacking away.
Right.
We're earning the sex this time. Okay, so... we are, definitely a little over halfway at this point. Just ever so slightly. And let's see, this time I'm guessing, yeah, okay, now we've actually got a pretty large pool of things to hack. Cause of course, you know, I did restrain myself a little bit. I did stop eventually. But now we're getting to the parts of town that I wasn't really exploring back then.
Look, I know this is a lot of hacking, but hey, at least this target is Planet Zin, right?
Yep, I do always have to have a Planet Zin around in case I need more clothes. You always have to have more clothes. Though, considering money is only like half of your resources in this game, I've kinda got plenty of it, or at least I will eventually. It yo-yos a little like it did in the third, but again, a lot of your upgrades are actually based on the superpowers, and those have their own currency, so frankly, I don't really need I don't need money as much, so I was able to use the cash a little more freely early on this time around. Also, that one was way easier than I gave it credit for. I was actually over-complicating it, and who the fuck attacked me? Did they just give up? I guess they must have. Anyway then.
Let's see. Image's design is on the list in this area. Wait, no, yeah, that's right. Hack away.
Oh, and it's right here. So, this won't get you every store in the game, but it will give you a vast majority of them. Like, we're not gonna have a lot to do after this one, or after this set of missions, rather. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's easily going to slip into single digits by the end. Though there are only 32, so I guess that makes sense. You could probably guess that. Also, I think that needs to be one lower, doesn't it? No, I think I had it before. Now that I'm kind of watching this back and, you know, not panicking, trying to get this done as soon as possible. Yeah, I think you kind of need to do a little squiggle. Yeah, like that. So it just needed to be a little lower so I could squiggle correctly. And yeah, we've got 14 more stores to do. So once we do 5 more, we'll be in single digits, so, as you might be able to guess, we are going to hit that number. Easily.
And this city has a lot of tattoo parlors.
I mean, look. Ordinary people have to worry a lot more about driving from place to place, so of course they're not just going to go to the tattoo parlor across town. You know, if it's all the way over there, then like that's gonna take ages to get to. You need a tattoo parlor that's, you know, in your district. Or at the very least, a neighboring district, but not too away from your district. Can't have that. I'm gonna bet there's a distance of more than 2 districts between some tattoo parlors in this game. Steelport experts are gonna be so mad at me for that terrible fumble. Fool that I am. Alright, and there we go. Easy enough. Yep, Rusty's Needle, what you got for me next, Kinsey?
I need rim jobs hacked, please. Well, if you want another exit to the ship, that is.
Yes, that is the thing I want, rather than the actual service provided by the store. 'Cause yeah, I'm really not gonna need to go here ever. Like, I've got some vehicles in my garage. The game does reward you with vehicles sometimes, but, yeah, I'm not really gonna use it. Despite the fact that, like... Also, what am I doing? Yeah, there you go. Oh, wait, Yeah, despite the fact that this is a game where they allowed you to just instantly summon your mounts, which, you know, is kind of a a very, utilized feature nowadays. A lot of games just have the press the button to make the car appear near you, function. Car or horse, take your pick.
Here's your standard hack-friendly fire reminder. Like you really thought there wouldn't be one in this sector?
Steering dangerously close to the oh that's so cliche in an unnecessary spot, like, hey, I'm not gonna argue with the gun stores being everywhere in a video
You
game.
feel me?
What are you doing?
That was Bird Machine by DJ
Okay, I get
right here, that's right.
it. Sure,
Finally.
whatever.
A damn topic near and dear to my heart, GTA, with DJ Funk, gonna make your booty bounce.
Well, alright then. But yeah, like, I'm not gonna question there being so many friendly fires. Like, that's just more convenient for me, the player, so... You don't have to lampshade that, you don't have to go, haha, so many gun stores, right? It's okay. I accept this, it's fine. You don't need to make it a thing. Is this just gonna be a ladder? Okay, yeah, this is one of the ladders. I think I might have missed mentioning one at one point, but yeah, that's one of the ladders I was talking about earlier. Those are super easy, because that's just alternating your corners, which... Frankly, yeah, that's one of the first things I do.
Ready to take on the Zin security while I upload the next virus? Well, I hope you are, because that's what's next.
I mean, if I weren't ready, I could just not do it for a bit, but don't you worry, the gun store you had me hack was very useful in preparing me for this.
I can't believe it.
So what do we got today? Okay, so we got Zin, and once again, Killer Queen. I mean, technically it's a less, intricate bomb than Bomb 3, or really even Bomb 2, but you know what? It's effective. Killer Queen, telekinesis, fuck you. This is actually Stray Cat's other power. Yeah, Stray Cat figured out how to use air to just grab things and make them float. And is therefore now basically just telekinetic. If you really want to be pedantic, it's sort of a different thing, but it's close enough that it might as well be the same thing. Also, goddamn, you do not die easily, dude. Alright, please let me explode you. There we go, thank you. I mostly did that despite the guy who was hovering above me. I didn't like him. Also, that looks more like fire than it does explode. Yeah, no, that's definitely, fire, but, you know, the explosive fire effect. Fire first, and then if you kill them, they explode like that. Which, admittedly, also very fun. You know, it's got a little bit of a different flavor than just instantly exploding everybody. And there we go. Yeah, you made that easy for me, you just parked next to each other. Aww, I didn't get to see him explode.
By the time you get back here, I should have that second doorway in downtown online.
Okay. So we got another one up, and down and all around. Pardon me, excuse me. So we've got that all finished up. What do you gotta say about that, kitten? Ah, damn it. I mean, it already happened, but I was kinda hoping I could, you know, trick fate into putting her in the computer room.
Yep, this is a piece of cake.
Well, I'm doing most of the work.
I mean, in fairness, you wouldn't want to do Kinsey's end of things. If you did, well, we wouldn't be completing these so quickly. we get to do the fun parts. Alright, so what are we at? Yeah, 159's not half bad. Alright, so White Wedding. I don't believe this is the last set, but I think it's the penultimate set of missions. So, in we go. We're hacking a friendly fire, and I'm sure Kinzie will say something about that. You know, that's so far away. I'm gonna have to make such an effort to get over there.
Oh look, a gun store to hack. Don't worry, it's the last one in the city that'll help me open a door. I promise.
I really am not offended. It's not like each store has a specific minigame for it and the gun one just sucks. No, it's just the same minigame. It's just Pipe Dream over and over again, so the fact that it is a gun store makes no difference to me. Ah well. Anyway, I guess while we're at it, well, actually no, I've got a bunch of clusters here to collect because I don't think we've really been to the airport much. So I'd just like to mention, weirdly enough, this might actually be one of my favorite outfits we've seen so far. I don't know why, it just looks really good, just the magical girl outfit. Which I don't feel like is one the boss would actually really want to wear. I feel like she's less judgy about things to wear and all that in Saints Row 4. But she still complains about being turned into a sex doll in that one mission in 3. But one of the outfits from the stores is actually just a blow-up doll. You can just change that, or you can change the toilet, that's back. You can just freely play as the toilet. I think that one is from Let's Pretend. Like, yeah, you're allowed to just become a toilet for the entire game, at least until you have to go to the real world. Also, yeah, this is another ladder one. This is easy as hell. And that's why you start with the end. Also, yep, 10 more. But yeah, I feel like there are fewer snide remarks about, you know, particular outfits in this one.
Hey, look! One of my favorite shops in town is on the list. Hack it open in case I need to pick anything up there later.
I probably
Yeah, baby.
will.
Show me what you got.
I mean, you probably will.
High-powered, high-concentrated,
Okay, fine, we both shop there.
super potent shot of
We
bullseye
tell
by GT.
nobody.
Jimba Jimba.
In fairness, there aren't that
Ain't
many
so
other
nice,
people
I
to
had
tell,
say it twice.
but I don't want to
I
tell
just
any
go.
of them.
Only on Mad Diesel.
Sid and Matt because I don't want to know what they do with that info, and Keith David because that's not really any of his business, and I don't think he thinks it's his business at all. I think he'd stay out of that sort of thing. But yeah, I think there are still things that the boss isn't too keen on wearing, but like, in terms of the actual game, it's not like that actually affects anything. You can wear whatever the hell you want, and it's fine. But yeah, I feel like personality-wise, Magical Girl isn't really her style. Like, at least that would be my assumption, but honestly, she's kinda rocking it here. It's a good look, I dig it. Okay, this one probably is not a ladder this time. Unfortunately, it's not so simple. Although, I think this one's also still pretty easy. Oh, yeah, extremely easy, jeez. You look depressed, let me take your money. And we've got a rank up, and we've also got a hotspot over there. Let's maybe not get close to that, if possible.
Okay, another rim job's in this set. Remember, don't get too cocky about your hacking skills.
Yeah, I get it. Oh, dang it, I have to get close to it if I want this one. And I do. But yeah, you never know when you're gonna hit a hack that's particularly difficult. Like, some of them are simple, like I said, I think it's easy for me at least to realize the latter ones, given the way I play. Like, assuming there's just a lot of back and forth on the corners is just sort of how I start the feeling out process for all of these. So, like, yeah, those... those are automatic. Also, yeah, I was trying to get rid of alert for here, but nope, notoriety won't go down. Alright, fine, I'll get rid of it later. Just please don't shoot me when I'm here. Alright? You're just gonna let me hack a rim jobs, cause you don't need this either. You can just summon in your cars from wherever. I don't think you use rim jobs. Okay, this doesn't have nearly enough corners to be a ladder, so... Oh, okay, this is a rare one where I actually have to start at the start. I think I just kind of have to do a bit of a... yeah, like one of those. Oh, god damn it. I thought you were being polite. Thankfully, I was able to catch on pretty quickly, but seriously, dude. Become one with the pavements.
Take over another planet, Zin. I'd remind you it'll help with opening the door, but frankly, who cares? Just take our store back from that egomaniacal bastard.
Yeah, but we can't turn it into a planet Saints. Unfortunately, Zinyak tossed those assets into the trash, so... so it's Planet Zin forever, even when we take him back. Well, at least we can shoot his statues, that has to count for something. But, yeah, I think outfit-wise, I don't know what it is about this one. Maybe it's just the outfit-hair combination I chose. Part of it is also, I think... it's one of the outfits that actually kind of shows off body type relatively well. Like... I'm aiming for that strong fat, though, given the way this game works, it's more fat than muscle. Because I think between the two of those, fat shows up better towards the center. Muscle a little less so, so if I'm gonna have anything, it's gonna be that, but I think I mentioned this before, but I do still prefer the triangle. Or, I prefer the sliders of Saints Row 2 over the triangle, rather. The opposite of what I said. But yeah, I will say I definitely think the faces are better than Saints Row 1 and 2. I definitely think that is a market improvement. But I think Saints Row 2 definitely had body type down, because they just gave you the 2 meters. They gave you fat, they gave you muscle, and if you wanted to be skinny, just go lower on both of those. You know, figure it out yourself. You don't need a third point in a triangle for that.
And the winner is Rusty's Needle. Hack, open it up, and onward we go.
I get the feeling Kinsey might be getting tired of these. I don't know what it is, though. Anyway, though, yeah, so, like... I understand that, in terms of making a model work in a game with customizable characters is difficult. It's one of those things where, like...
I get the urge to move.
I get why people are upset when there's really not much you can do, and it's only really the one or maybe handful of body types, because, you know, that definitely helps vary up your character design. Just having control over that sort of thing. So yeah, I understand the difficulty in doing that, but it's just one of those. I do appreciate the effort made in making it so that the model fits in, even if you kind of fuck with it a bunch. But yeah, unfortunately they went with a triangle instead for 3 and 4. Which is too bad. And obviously 1 is kind of the worst of all worlds, because it also had 2 meters similar to Saints Row 2, but if you'll recall, you weren't allowed to go all the way up to maximum on both meters in that one. Once you started going too high with fat, it would decrease muscle if that was already high up, and vice versa. I do appreciate the control you had into... So yeah, I'd say overall, Saints Row 4 is definitely the closer look that I would choose for the boss.
If he borrows this thing, he can fill it up.
This is it, the last virus to insert into the system. Do your keeping the area safe thing, and I'll get this uploaded and a door opened.
But if I could choose, I would go with Saints Row 2 body type that I had by the end there. And the face of Saints Row 4 boss. Saints Row the 3rd is in that awkward position where, like, again, face is better than 2, but, like, there's just a whole lot of slight improvements over that game's character customizer in this game, so 3 kinda gets left by the wayside a little bit. Oop. Damn, cool move, me. Alright, so what do we got this time?
Saints rule even here.
Anything? Well, we've got a lot of bullets. Is it just cops this time? Oh, okay, so no, it's actually mascots. Driving little golf carts, I gotcha. Anyway though, yeah, so that would be my dream, is just kind of merging the improvements of this game with just the freedom of Saints Row 2. Because for as simple as having 2 meters over a triangle is, I do think that the body types wound up being— oh, there's Genki. I mean, Genki is a mascot, so I guess it holds. Fitting enough. Also, yeah, Genki is considered a tougher enemy type, so I can't just explode him. Anyway, though, yeah, where was I? Right, so I think Saints Row 2 was a lot more distinctive in the kind of body types you could do, even with that simplicity. Because I think muscles were more defined, and fat was definitely more defined on those models. You really only get a big definition if you go for, like, just one edge of the pyramid. But I didn't want that. I want strong fat. That's the look I'm going for here. Gotta have muscles, but also gotta be chubby. That's just the rules. Pop. Hell of a noise they made. But yeah, since I have to settle, I guess I'd go with the 4 look. Again, the Fun Bob, I think the hairstyle is called, is kind of my quote-unquote canon design for my boss. I think that is, if I were going to go with a default look, and I mean, technically I did, I started the game with that one. I'd go with that. Though, you know, now that I think about it, I guess I'll let Kinsey speak first.
That was fun.
Fantastic. See you back here.
All that for a few lines. Damn it, Kinsey, I was actually using that to take a drink. I needed that time. Why didn't you say more? But yeah, you know, normally my default would be the kind of— there's a couple of biker outfits, but I think Punk Rock Anarchy is the specific outfit I'm thinking of. Normally that would be my go-to default for her outfit, rather than the kind of the presidential suit that we got at the start of the game. Especially in this game, where they didn't stick that one with yellow pants. Actually, fun fact about that one, you might have noticed in Saints Row the 3rd, you were able to combine that with, like, skirts, so I never used the yellow bottoms on that one. Cause, yeah, I thought the yellow pants looked bad, they changed it for this game, and it's appreciated. Obviously, you can change the color of the pants if you want to, you can just, you know, buy those separately and get a different color of them, but you could also use the, like, the— oh god, which bottom was that? Like, the goth outfit? It was, you know, it was the black skirt, it looked pretty good. I think it had, like, stockings too, but For some weird reason, while that was a combination you could do in Saints Row the Third, it's not in Saints Row 4. I tried putting that outfit together, and it didn't work, like the other piece of the outfit would disappear. So I guess it's a good thing it got better pants this time. Cause unfortunately I can't get the exact same look from the third. But I guess that's not that big a deal. But yeah, since I started this game with a bomber jacket, I actually kinda dug that look, if I'm being honest. Part of me actually wants to return to that one.
That's it! You did great! With all those access points back to the real world, I'm a lot less worried you'll get trapped there now.
That was the
At
last
least
one, I
I can shop
guess.
just about anywhere now.
There are some more access points left in the game, but in terms of side quests to access them, that's it, we're done. We have played Pipe Dream for almost an hour. So first off, no actual upgrades. Second off, you better believe we're ending this on Romancing Kinsey. I played an hour of Pipe Dream, damn it. I need something.
Hey Kinsey, you wanna fuck?